Kitty So Newsroom presents the Queen's Secret Snack Drawer. Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and kittens in the audience. Tonight, the Kitty CEO Newsroom asks a cozy royal question. What did Queen Elizabeth II enjoy when the crown was set aside and the palace grew quiet? Most people imagine a queen surrounded by glittering feasts and rare desserts. But the truth was much simpler. Behind the royal ceremonies was a woman who loved warm tea, tiny sandwiches, loyal dogs, and one very stubborn chocolate cake. Favorite snack was chocolate biscuit cake. Not a grand pastry or a fancy pudding, just a simple refrigerator cake made with crushed tea biscuits and dark chocolate. Former palace staff said the Queen enjoyed a small slice nearly every day with afternoon tea. And when she traveled from one palace to another, the cake sometimes traveled too. Imagine a royal motorcade crossing the countryside, and somewhere inside, tucked carefully into a tin, is the Queen's favorite cake making its own tiny state visit. The Queen also loved something surprisingly childlike, jam pennies. These were tiny circles of bread and strawberry jam, cut to the size of an old English penny. She had loved them since childhood, and even after decades on the throne, she still enjoyed them. There is something comforting in that. The world changed, cars changed, television changed, the moon gained footprints. But somewhere in Buckingham Palace there were still little circles of bread and jam. Every afternoon, the palace settled into one of the Queen's favorite rituals, tea. There might be Earl Grey with milk, cucumber sandwiches, warm scones, shortbread, and at the end, waiting patiently like the star of the show, chocolate biscuit cake. The Queen also loved horses and spent much of her happiest time outdoors at Balmoral. And then there were the corgis. They followed her through the palace like tiny furry advisors, their paws tapping across the polished floors. She also enjoyed quiet evenings watching detective shows and cozy mysteries. Perhaps somewhere in the palace, there was an evening when the Queen sat beneath a blanket, a corgi at her feet, and a small slice of chocolate cake nearby, while a detective solved a mystery in a sleepy English village. In the end, that is what makes these royal favorites so memorable. They were not grand, they were familiar. A slice of cake, a cup of tea, a tiny sandwich, a favorite dog. A queen, it turns out, built her world from small comforts. This has been the Kitty CEO Newsroom. Until next time, keep your tea warm, your cake nearby, and your corgis out of the jam.